I have a panel of guests joining me on the broadcast. I have Ambassador Deepak Vora, who's a former diplomat. I have Wing Commander Praful Bakshi, who's a former IF spokesperson. I have Major Mohammed Ali Shah, who's a defense expert. Good morning, gentlemen, and thank you so much for joining NewsX this morning. Major Mohammed Ali Shah, who's a defense expert, joining me on the broadcast. Now, sir, Ford shooting in California, exponential rise in shootings in United States. Sir, California is one of the states in US which has one of the most stringent gun laws. Sir, despite that, what do you think could be the basis of so many shootings with such exponential rise?
Absolutely, Fida, it's a very, very good question, a very, very pertinent question, because it's very disturbing and very alarming as to what's happening in California, and in fact, US for that matter. In fact, California has one of the stringent gun laws, I admit. But the question is, does the entire West, does the entire US have the same stringent gun laws that California has? See, you look for a gun license in India, you apply for a gun license in India, it's almost impossible. It'll take months, years sometimes impossible. But there, people are so influenced by Hollywood movies, by what they see on screen. We see people like you, me, the panelists who are sitting over here, Mr. Ambassador Deepak Vora, Mr. Robindra Sajdev, Colonel Shivdan, Wing Commander Praful Bakshi. We all are influencers in a way that people are watching us. Millions of people are watching us right now. Similarly, when people watch a film, they can influence us. In fact, as Wing Commander Praful Bakshi rightly mentioned, America has produced a lot of global leaders. In fact, the 16th president of the United States of America, Mr. Abhraham Lincoln, who had faced so many failures in his childhood, ultimately rose to become the president of the country. He wrote a letter to his son's teacher, which should be actually imbibed and taught in all the schools in US. If an Indian over here knows this letter by heart, I think every Indian, every American over there should read that. My son starts school today. It is all going to be strange and new to him for a while, and I wish you would treat him gently. It's an adventure that might take him across continents. All adventures that probably include wars, tragedy, and sorrow. So, dear teacher, will you please take him by the hand and teach him things he will have to know. Teaching him, but gently if you can. Teach him that for every enemy, there is a friend. He will have to know that all men are not just. All men are not true. But teach him also that for every scoundrel, there is a hero. For every crooked politician, there is a dedicated leader. Teach him that 10 cents earned is of far more value than a dollar found. In school, teacher, it is far more honorable to fail than to cheat. Try to give my son the strength not to follow the crowd when everyone else is doing it. Teach him to listen to everyone, but also to filter all that he hears on a screen of truth and take only the good that may come through. Teach him there's no shame in tears. Teach him how to laugh when he's sad. Teach him the wonder of books, but also give him quiet time to ponder about the extreme mystery of birds in the sky, bees in the sun, and flowers on a green hill. So it is a wonderful letter, and I wish every American, every citizen, they teach children that what their global leader, the 16th president of America, Mr. Abraham Lincoln, had written for his son's teacher. But unfortunately, what we are finding right now is the small children, they get influenced. And so it's very easy to pick up a gun. I mean, there are cases of fragging. I'll give you an example. I have served in the army. Fragging is when you pick up a gun and you shoot your own chap. That's fragging. So imagine a situation where you have a fight, a road rage. For everyone to connect on this. A road rage, you'll abuse the other person he hasn't given the indicators, you'll abuse him. Imagine at that point of time, if one loses his temper, one loses the cool, and you have a weapon in your hand, this is something which really needs to be looked upon very, very seriously, because it's a growing problem with them. Fida.
Exactly, Major Shah. Thank you so much for joining us on the broadcast and getting us all your views and opinions.